we believe that the God of Israel has a relationship with all humanity. And our relationship is very covenantal, meaning it's very action-oriented. It's about a covenant. It's about our obligation. A lot of people say, about God and their relationship, they say, well, I try to make God part of my plan, and like they pencil him in for lunch, and I say, how are we in God's plan? How do we fit into God's plan? And the Torah teaches us that God made 2 covenants with all humanity. The second one was at Sinai, where he gave Israel 613 commandments. But the first covenant that he made was with all humanity after the flood. Continuing from Adam, part of the tradition, he gave over to Noah the 7 Noahide laws, basic bedrock foundation of all humanity. And you can learn more about this, but the concept is that the Torah is equally applicable on some level to all people, and there has to be an alliance in the world that we live in today, which is so, it's so sunken in the mire of really rank idolatry, like it once was in the time of Abraham when he was fighting all those cults. There's different types of idolatry today. There's the idolatry of money, there's the idolatry of fame, there's all sorts of issues in the world today, and it's all just a whole husk of evil, which is covering over the purpose of creation. The purpose of creation is that man should know who God is. That's why God put us in the world, so that in all of our ways we should endeavor to live close to him. And that is the job of Jews and Gentiles together through Torah to bring godliness back into the world. And that includes family values. That includes everything that God teaches us through the Torah of what creation was for in the first place. And there is definitely a common ground that we have with the righteous Gentiles of the world who seek to restore the presence of God in the world, his identity, his sovereignty. And again, a major part of that equation is the rebuilding of the Holy Temple. That is the major hinge upon which the ultimate elevation, redemption, salvation of all humanity rests. After the war against Jerusalem, those who are left are going to be urged, and there's a stern warning issued against all those nations who don't come to Jerusalem to celebrate the Festival of the Tabernacles. And in the Holy Temple, over the course of the Festival of Sukkot, there is a total of 70 bullocks that are offered. And those 70 bullocks, our sages teach us, correspond to the 70 primordial nations of the world, because the sacrifices in the Holy Temple over Sukkot effect a spiritual tikkun, a realignment, a kapara, an atonement for the whole world, which again reflects on that midrash from Bamidbar Rabbah, that if the nations of the world would have understood what the temple does for them, they never would allow it to be destroyed. The Holy Temple brings about a reconciliation between God and all humanity, and nowhere do we find that more emphasized than the Festival of Sukkot. I urge you to check out the Temple Institute when you're here in Jerusalem. Also on the web you can visit www.templeinstitute.org, which is the most comprehensive English language site on the internet about everything pertaining to the Holy Temple and the Temple Mount, past, present, and future. Very interactive, literally hundreds and hundreds of pages of beautiful information, and we would like to urge you to learn as much as you can about the Temple Institute. We invite you to participate in the work of restoring temple consciousness and rebuilding the temple, so that truly all humanity can be united in the service and recognition of the one true God.